Hey guys, so back in May I went 3 weeks to Thailand, and in this video I will show you what we did our second week, which we spent in Chiang Mai and Pai in northern Thailand. The first vlog I showed you around Bangkok. I showed you what we saw, what we ate and where we stayed, and I'll be doing exactly the same thing in this one. So buckle up and let's get started. The first day we landed in Chiang Mai at around 2, and if you have been seeing my previous vlog you will know that I was feeling quite ill at this moment. I had been sick during the night before we were going to Chiang Mai, but I had survived until now, so everything was good. So while we were waiting on baggage, we just decided to go to one of the stands at the airport to get a taxi, and that worked totally fine. Everything just went as planned. We got the bag, we got in the taxi, and he drove us to our hotel. We stayed at SK House 2. Very nice place, I will say, and that is 100% our fault. But we didn't really think about it when we booked. But we only booked a room with a fan and not an air conditioning. That was a mistake. Let me just tell you, that was horrendous, kind of. But again, the room was very nice. The staff was immensely sweet, like so sweet. And there was a swimming pool, and yeah, so the only complaints were complaints on our behalf that we did not look better into it when we booked the room. For the hotel we paid 1,000, almost 500 baht, and it was a very fair price point for like what we got and everything. Like, it was for that price. Again, I was a bit shocked when I looked again now at what I'd paid. We arrived at the hotel and I was feeling still ill, so me and my friend decided that I was going to take a nap. Let me just say that this nap lasted until 10 the next morning. I was gone. So day 2, as I told you before, I woke up around 10ish, so around 11:30 we went out to explore the city together. My friend was kind of hungry, so we stopped to get some food, and I will say I was still kind of worked up about the fact that I was not like hungry and not feeling at all like wanting to eat, but I did eat this curry and it was really good. For those of you who know us by now from the first vlog will know that we walked around the city exploring, seeing all the small shops and what we could like find, and yeah, and we came past this it was a restaurant, but they had smoothies as well, and they looked so good and they tasted amazing, and it was exactly what I needed. It was like with yogurt and berries, so good. I couldn't find the exact spot on maps, but it was literally right next to this place I've put here with the address, so just go there and you will see it. While drinking our smoothies, we went and walked like the length of the old city wall and saw some temples, and it was just such nice weather, and with the like water and the trees, it was exactly what I needed after feeling sick. After we'd been walking around, we were like, we need a massage, so we got that, and then we went back to the hotel to swim in the pool, drink a tea, and assess the situation, which was a phrase we ended up using all the time when we had to like regroup or like be, what are we gonna do now? So at around dinner time we were like, we have to check out some of the night markets that's here. So we did that, and we got some dumplings, and just like with the banana bread that we have to try every time we saw it, it was kind of the same with the dumplings. We have to try always. Like, I love dumplings, I could live off of them forever. The same with banana bread. So banana bread and dumplings we tried kind of everywhere. It was really good. After walking around the night market, we decided to just check out the area around that and walk to see some other stuff. But again, we decided to make it kind of an early night to make sure that I was in better form for the next couple of days. So on day 3 we had booked like a day trip, which was also why we went to bed early the night before. We booked this with the hotel guy, and we found out later that we had gotten a much better price than some of the other guys going on this tour. So I'm not saying you should underbid like crazy when you book a tour like this, but just maybe ask around, or I would say ask more locally than at the tourist offices, which I know was where the other girls had bought their tickets for this exactly same trip. So look into that when you're booking these sorts of trips. So the adventure day started out with us getting on board the little car and picking up the other 5 people going on this trip. And the first stop was just a market where we had to get our lunch, which the lady who was our guide for the day would be cooking for us, and we could walk around. And we bought some rain capes because it was raining this morning. Then we also bought like a warm coffee, and I think it was my only warm coffee of the trip, if I'm not like mistaken, but it was just very nice sitting in a little coffee corner in the rain getting a warm coffee. The first stop of the day was meeting and seeing some elephants, and we actually ended up talking to a very nice hotel staff guy that helped us book the trip and helped with the other bookings and stuff. Like if this is something you want to be a part of and how you want to support this, so that you're very aware of how you are supporting this business. The guy knew a very nice guy named Johnny who had a place with his elephants, and he was very educational, and it was an amazing experience. I was very happy that we went, and the whole day was amazing, and Johnny was amazing with his elephants. But meeting and seeing elephants while in Thailand is something you have to decide for yourself if you want to be a part of. After eating a delicious lunch, which our guide had made for us, we went to a waterfall and a small hike to go there, which was very beautiful. And after that we went rafting. I have no videos of this because we couldn't bring them, mostly because you had your ass in the water. But the people at the tour, they help you take photos and film a bit, but I forgot to download those on WhatsApp, but they do help you with that if you want photos from your rafting. After getting home, getting a shower, we decided to go out and explore to find a good dinner place. So we ate at See You Soon Cafe, which both were, I think it was both a hotel and it had a small shop, and there was everything your heart desires there, and the food was very good. I got a very good Penang curry. And as you can see, I went overboard this day because like I had got my appetite back and I was ready to indulge in the food again. So I also got a cup of tea and a dessert, and I was living my best life. And we also booked where we wanted to stay after Chiang Mai, which we had decided would be Pai. Again, the hotel guy, like superb guy. He booked transport for us for the next day to Pai, which we didn't have to do anything. So we could just lean back and be ready for the next part of our trip. Day 4 of Chiang Mai and first day of Pai. So we had a long bus ride, I think it was around 4 hours, so we decided that we needed some good food before we went. I'd seen this bakery around where we lived, so we went there, a Krusty Loaf bakery. We didn't want to eat there, but I did get a cinnamon bun and it was amazing. It was really good. So we found this other place where we got a bigger breakfast and banana bread, because like if you can get banana bread, why not eat banana bread? So we got that as well. We got caught in the rain on the way home and just had to end up running through it to be able to get our bags and be ready for the bus. So after arriving at the small station in Pai, we just walked to our hotel, and it was called Brookview. And this, guys, was amazing place. So cute. The room was like, and the view, I loved it. I loved it. So after putting our bags down, we were like, oh, let's go explore a little bit, but it was still quite rainy, so we actually just ended up going to the cafe on the other side of the road. It was a homestay place, so you could also stay there, but yes, we got an iced coffee and talked to the owner's kid. She was so nice. She brought us umbrellas because we were sitting outside. So yeah, we were drinking iced coffee and matcha in the rain. Just lovely vibes. When we were ready for dinner, we went further down to the main street where we at Nong Beer restaurant got our food. That was so good. That was like, that was some of the best food I got there. After filling up our bellies, we went to get a massage and to walk around the main street to just get a feel of the town. And because me and my friend was grandma 1 and 2, we of course had to end the night with a tea. So we stopped at this place. I think it was a cafe that belonged to like a hotel-ish. It was very nice, and we had a view of like the main street and could see. So we could be people watching, it's just what I'm trying to say. And if there's one thing I like, it is to be people watching. So our second day in Pai, we had decided to just walk around and look around the area. So we started out by getting a coffee, because can you do anything else? We got it at Hope Coffee, which incredible place. It was so beautiful. The wife makes the cakes and the husband, he makes the coffee. And the coffee art this man makes incredible. So after getting the coffee, we started walking. Our first stop was a white Buddha, and the staircase to the white Buddha was like in dragon scales, and it was so cool. Second stop on our little adventure was Too Hot Pai, which were like a cafe, but with like an amazing view of like the mountains, and yeah, it was really pretty. The meaning behind this adventure was actually to go to the hot spring in Pai, but because it was election day, it was actually closed, so we couldn't go there. I will say there's some hotels around the hot springs which say they have like water from the hot spring, but it's kind of just swimming pools with the water. And that was not really what we wanted to do, so we just kept on walking. But I will say at this point it was kind of a hike we were doing. So at the end of the day, because we didn't really know where we were or how to get back before it got dark, we met a lady who was like, she will drive us. So we paid her to drive us back home to center of Pai, which was really nice of her to do so. After she dropped us off at a little bakery, actually, Cake Go O. We had to buy like a banana muffin with chocolate in it because we just had to, guys, we just had to. After that we went and got a cup of tea so we could wash our clothes. So we were enjoying that and a book while washing our clothes, so we had clean clothes for the rest of the trip. So our third day in Pai was the day with all the pre-planned stuff, or like the stuff where we had booked a half-day tour. So we had to have a big breakfast. So we went to this place, it was kind of Western again, so I was a bit disappointed by the food, but like the quesadillas was very good and the coffee was good too. I will say the avocado toast was not amazing, but the acai bowl was also very good. So that was a nice place, and we were filled up, so we were ready to go. So there was a lot of stuff going on this day, but because there was a mix-up with the point where they were gonna pick us up, we missed the white Buddha, but it was okay because we'd seen it the day before. But there was a waterfall, pretty, but it was a nice area to walk around. After that we went to a viewpoint because again Pai is all about the viewpoints and to watch the mountains and see the town down below. Then we went to another fascinating place, which were one of the old Chinese villages in Pai, which you can see here with the huts, and there was like lanterns and there was people still living not in those huts but like around the city. They like kept the traditions there alive, and it was very interesting to walk around. Coffee break, which were again a place with an incredible view, and they had so many nice little nooks where you could sit and drink your coffee and take pictures. There was also this yellow house, and like that was my dream house. It was so pretty. I couldn't stop taking photos of it. I just really liked it. So that was a very nice cafe restaurant there, where we also got banana bread. Again, you know us, we had to. The second to last stop was the bamboo bridge, where you could walk around like a big long bamboo bridge. It was raining, but we had a little raincoat, so we were ready to walk around on the bamboo bridge. The last stop was Pai Canyon, and I had been so excited to go. Like, this was the whole point with this guided tour. So all the other stuff are just bonuses. I was just ready for Pai Canyon, and it did not disappoint. It was so beautiful. Like the view from there and the colors and like the canyon itself, like the where you could walk. I loved it. I loved a lot of things in Pai, but like the canyon was just astoundingly beautiful. A small story time, because the guy who was driving us around, he was like a guy around 20, and he was very stoic and very cool. But then at this last stop, when we were supposed to drive into the city, I think he had forgotten to turn off the music while he had been waiting on us, so it just played like good Thai music. And everybody, we laughed together because it was just so funny, because again, he had been so stoic the whole time and so cool. And then this fun Thai pop was playing, so we even asked him to keep it playing while we drove home. So I have this little clip of the music playing while we were enjoying it together with him. After they had dropped us off, there was a lot going on the night market that day, so we decided to stay there and try dumplings. So apparently this stand is very famous on TikTok. They were also very good, those dumplings, but I will say the best ones we got were those vegan here. I will say I'm not sure if they were completely vegan or if they were actually just vegetarian, but they were amazing and I still think about them till this day. Like, they were the best dumplings I got the whole trip. After eating some dumplings, we decided to go get some dinner just around the corner, and then we needed snacks for our travel day the next day, so we bought all the snacks we wanted from 7-Eleven, because you have to do that, even though we didn't really use 7-Eleven that much, but that day for those snacks we really did. After that we came to a stand with mushi, and we had to try, but I will say it was not my thing at all. Like, again, I would so much rather have a dumpling or like food. I'm not a really big chewy cake person, so yeah, that was not for us. Look at this, I have 3 minutes to go before I have to go out the door, and I think that's the perfect timing. Day 4 in Pai and the last day, so travel day, but we knew we had to be both on the minibus and we had to take the plane and we have to like take a taxi, so we have to eat some good breakfast. And we had seen this place Carrot on the Moon, but it had been closed the day before when we wanted to go there, but it was open this day and it was incredible. Like, it's everything you would want from a big piece of bread, eggs and salmon and coffee. Like, those girls, they knew what they were doing, and it was such a cute place. And go there, please go there. Last but not least, we did go and buy some banana bread at the peddler just to enjoy that while we were waiting on the bus. So I did take a car sickness pill before we were going on that minibus, but it was horrendous, that trip. It was more luck than anything that I did not throw up on that trip. It was, I don't know what was happening, but he was driving like he was in the Mario Karts. Like, again, I was not feeling unsafe because it was obvious that that man knew what he was doing while driving. I was just not made for that driving, so I was happy when those 4 hours were over and we were on Chiang Mai. Like when we were in Chiang Mai and I could put my 2 feet on the ground. So that was actually it for this guided vlog. My next vlog and the last vlog will be about Khao Sok National Park and Koh Phangan the island. So I hope you will keep watching and following along in these vlogs, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So yeah, thank you so much for following, and again, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to leave them down below and I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. So thank you and have a very nice day until next time. Bye.